right, welcome back to the Alexander's Approach podcast. We are here. We got two special guests in the building.
Two of our friends / family came to join us.
Oh yeah.
So we have a good show today, right? So we have Ike and Kiara, and they agreed to join us today. So we definitely appreciate them for their time and joining us and adding their insight. So these are two of our single friends, so to say. Single friends, you know.
Very single.
So.
And that's how we're getting started
Right,
today.
That's a good start.
We're going to talk about a lot of different things. Like, I feel like, you know, Kiara and Ike, they two are friends that we have good relationships with together as well as, like, separately. Mm-hmm. So it's, like, a lot of different...
And very different. They're
very
different.
They have very different opinions and,
yes.
I think, just views on life, which
Correct.
is why we asked them to come on today. So we're going to talk about, like, some of their experiences, a few different stories and scenarios. They're going to give us some transparency there. So... yeah, we're looking forward to the conversation. So let's just get it started. We're going to jump right in. Before we do, shout out to everyone who liked the last episode and commented. Please continue, share.
All that. Subscribe on YouTube, all of that.
Continue to keep that coming. But we're going to go ahead and let Kiara and Ike introduce themselves. Listen, it's going to be an interesting show, right? Honestly, I don't know what's to come.
Put the seatbelts on, buckle.
Nothing was prepared.
Nothing was prepared. They have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We just going to, like, freestyle it, right? So go ahead. I'm going to let Ike kick us off.
Well,
who are you?
My name is Ike. You can follow me on IG at Ike. Well, no, at Fonzarilla. All right, at IG.com. But
I'm dead.
But I work for Invaluable, so I work for an art company. I'm a client manager. I live in Chicago, South Loop. So yeah, that's really about it. I'm really about chill. You know, I can really relate to anything, everything you could talk about. So, with that being said, I'm no holds bar. I'm like an open book, you know, and I try to keep it like that, you know, because you know, the more I can keep it in 100 with you, the better. But yeah, that's about it.
I have something to say, but I'm gonna wait until Kiara finishes. I have something to say. Go ahead, Kiara.
My name is Kiara. I'm a Pisces. No, I'm just kidding. I am a school counselor. I also do private practice work, and I'm also a real estate agent. So feel free to follow me at its_key_time.
And the other,
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that later.
That's
Dog mom, 34 is loading. Yeah, that's me.
All
so it's okay. This is not a dating episode.
Yes, we are not, you know.
But I mean, y'all really sounded like that was like a...
yeah, I was getting like a what's what
dating game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Black people meet or something?
yes.
What's the other one? Christian?
It's
Mingle?
giving Kendrick.
Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
So
I got also St. Mary's.
this is not a dating episode. But, you know, we're going to talk about a lot of things here today. And they've been in the dating scene. Of course, me and Charles have not been in the dating scene for a long time. So they're going to give us some insight. But they are very much so single, right? Would y'all say y'all?
Yeah, I'm pretty much single.
Okay, cool. We're going to talk about it.
Did everybody hear
No,
the
I'm
pretty
single
much?
for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm single for sure.
Let's make it clear.
Problem
yeah.
number one, guys always be flip-flopping, but we're going to
No
talk about it.
flip-flopping here.
It's not complicated though, but it's single.
It's
It ain't-
single.
all right.
Okay,
Capital
so,
S.
but they are very much so single. So add them on social media.
All right.
So we're gonna,
Fonzarilla.
Hey, we're about to get right to it. Check
yes.
this out. We're going to start right off.
I'm excited.
Talk to us about the dating scene in Chicago, right? Your experiences, how it's been, the good, the bad, the ugly.
because we heard some crazy.
We done heard a lot of stuff, even in terms of like dating, like years ago compared to dating now. If y'all even talk about that, like just give us y'all take.
A quick
on
high
this.
level.
Yeah,
quick high level.
quick high level combo on like. We'll start with you, Ike. You know, like the overall dating scene. You know, just give us your thoughts on it.
I'm scared.
I mean,
I don't know what Ike's gonna say. I'm scared.
dating scene in Chicago is actually pretty big. I mean, if you look at it overall, especially if you're not on social media. If you're not on social media, if you're not even on any dating apps. So, I mean, when it comes down to dating, it's actually a man's world. You can choose whatever you want.
Uh-oh.
You can get whatever you want.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Ike, what are you talking
The
about?
world is yours.
Let him talk.
You know,
I mean,
so when
I'm not-
and when it comes down to the senses, with guys, they shouldn't be really dependent on things that assist them, right? Where a guy, you easily go in the bar and talk to someone. It's all about confidence. At the end of the day, But dating in Chicago, I mean, what the third largest city in the
Okay.
United States?
Okay.
So you got New York, got LA, then you got Chicago. All right, and with Chicago, I mean, the landscape is crazy. If you utilize it the way that you feel like you
What
should.
does that mean?
We need you to go unpack it a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're a black man, you need to date a black woman. If you really don't want
What
to.
did you say?
What?
you don't have to.
You don't have to. I mean, and I think
What?
it's still
Where-
a dynamic.
going?
It's still a dynamic that it can literally work in your advantage if you're really actively dating in Chicago.
I'm very okay.
But let's not even go there. All right.
We went there.
It's too
bro.
late. You already
We
went
there.
bro.
You already
You
went there.
I got,
Bro, what are you
I think
saying?
y'all have follow-up
My thing is
questions.
this. My thing is this. Dating in Chicago is amazing. You know,
No,
just
go back
because
to
of the
like-
landscape in Chicago, right? Chicago, you got endless restaurants. You got endless places.
You been to a lot of these restaurants too with dating.
The restaurants is crazy in Chicago.
Hey, hold on. Let me just say, I know it's a lot it's a lot of questions that we want to ask based on what you just said. But let me start here. I remember a while ago you told me like the different types of restaurants to take the ladies to, like based on how much they go charge or how expensive they are versus how least expensive, bro. So talk about that. How you got a whole list of like which restaurants to go to.
It's really about your budget. It's really what you're about to spend. How you know the lady, how you wanna
Answer the question
Okay.
directly.
I mean,
Oh,
okay.
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
I know in every area in Chicago where to date specific people. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so give us an example. Where do you take type A
Exactly.
versus where do you take type B?
I take
And what's
type-
the different types? Like
I take type A to
What she look like? What's
River
type
North.
A?
River
I'm
North.
sorry, Ashley.
I take type A to River North, STK.
Oh,
But
type A a bad bitch.
type A bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Type A bad. Type B might be Ravenswood, but it'd be a nice
North.
restaurant in Ravenswood,
Yeah.
you know. But type A would be like STK, happy hour, do your thing. But it's really about your budget. at the end of
Okay,
the
we
day.
gonna let Kiara go.
Yeah.
We're gonna
we'll,
get Kiara.
we'll
I,
follow.
you know what? He done threw me so off.
Listen,
I know,
The
that's a
original
lot.
question was,
Yes. Dating.
How is the
Dating
dating scene in Chicago? Alright,
It's-
who
Okay.
are you?
I'm sorry, y'all. It's wide open though, but let's see.
so I honestly feel like the dating scene is rather small. And it kind of depends on who you're dating and what your audience type is. I think that it's actually kind of weird now. You got the guys that ask you to Netflix and chill, like we didn't just meet yesterday, sir.
That's wild.
You got the ones that think they got money and feel like that's all they need. They can't hold a conversation to save their life. But because you have a bag, you feel like you brought everything that you need to the table. And I feel like you need to be selective because I think it's small. When I go out, I be like, okay, so I see the same people all the time. Everybody knows everybody. I don't know. I think I have the exact opposite opinion.
And I originally said they were opposite. I just said that, right?
Very
And their response to that question was the
Was
complete
so different.
opposite. He said
Yeah.
Chicago is so big, you got all these options, and you don't have to just
And
date
maybe
black
that's just
women.
maybe that's just the male perspective.
I mean,
right?
you
And
don't.
you said it's so
No,
small.
but maybe
like-
that's the male
It's not
perspective,
small.
right?
Yeah.
So
But I also, I
Right.
think, and further point,
That
I
makes
think
sense.
what he said, it's a man's word or whatever he said. There are a plethora. Men's playing field is a lot larger
Yeah.
than women's. He could, what are you, 35?
I was just about to
You
say.
could date all the way back to probably 27
Yes.
and be good.
Yeah.
I'm not dating nobody that's younger than me. So I'm
You wouldn't do like 31, 32?
no, absolutely not.
Wow.
No. And it's immediately, you can tell it's their life experiences. And I'm not trying to discriminate, but the second that I had somebody walk up to me the other day, I'm like, baby, how old are you? Because I
How'd
knew
you know?
I could everything.
The aura?
I could tell by the way he approached me. I could
Okay.
just tell. So I'm like,
Mm.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not interested. I would like a man to teach me something. I would
I
like
knew you were
for
gonna say that.
at
Yes,
this point,
yes.
I feel like I'm looking for a husband and I want to have kids. I'm not still trying to wait for you to figure out what you want to do
And
with
it's
your
like just
life
having fun
and how. Yeah,
outside.
So-
I'm not in that
So
stage.
you not with the Michelle Obama or Barack Obama, like how she was willing to just
but they
go
were
through the
young
process.
together.
Right.
They were young together.
So what you saying? The man has already polished, like got his career oriented, know what he wants in life,
If we are in our
Their age or
mid
older.
30s, or
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think, especially a black man,
Is that what you prefer?
because yes,
Okay.
yes,
Make that clear, because after
clearly,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
yeah,
I'm
that's
open.
fine. It's your
Yes,
personal
boo.
preference.
I mean, I'm
Absolutely.
Nigerian at the end.
Praise
I
the
can't
Lord.
get any blacker than I am.
Praise the
at
Lord.
end. But when it comes down to the,
No,
I
no.
want my sister at all costs. You know?
No, you already okay. So as I was saying,
Yes. Yes.
a black man, I think they really start finding out who they are in their honestly mid 30s. So I'm not dating somebody that's 30 or 31, especially I'm not looking to have fun. I've had fun. I've had a good time. I've lived my life.
Yeah.
So at this point, if I don't see you as someone that has husband potential, father potential,
Longevity.
I do not
Yeah.
have 4 more years to wait for you to build
Yeah.
that up. That's not the way eggs work. So I don't have that type of time.
We're gonna talk
So
about it.
a man can date. He can date 27, 26 because he doesn't have that time. So
Right.
I feel like with older men,
So what's your outlook, Ike?
Yeah.
Like, so hearing Kiara's perspective, right? So when you out in the club and you kicking it and you see, you going out to say like, who's here? Like, what
Your choices,
your choices, your
I mean,
options.
options.
So are you thinking about those type of things, or are you just thinking like, I'm just here to have fun?
Yeah, at the club, I'm here to have fun. I mean, ultimately. I mean, when it comes down to looking for a wife, it's about. Let's go back to the conversation you had too. Like when it comes down to essentially finding what you're looking for, you won't necessarily look for it in the club. I mean,
I'm
in the
not
club-
looking for anything.
Yeah, I mean,
But if a man walks up to me in a club and says I'm 28, I'm like, oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. But so
I'm not looking.
But
for
where are you
anything.
looking? Because
You-
where
so
you looking
I
from? Like,
don't look for love in the club.
You would try to like
Neither.
date
I don't-
or not, try to hop down and get somebody's number in the club. You wouldn't try to do that?
I mean, of course I would.
I'm sure half the girls you done took to River, whatever you just
River
said,
North-
So I-
was from the
Raven
club.
Wood.
I have something to say because
Yeah.
I feel like right now you're stunning, okay?
No, I'm not.
We just were talking. We were just talking, and Ike right now, for all of those that's listening, like, you said you want like
God.
a woman, a wife, you ready to like settle down, all that, right?
Yeah, but I want to settle down for someone in the club. That's just ultimately not
So
What
me.
does
you-
that mean?
You
Hold
know-
on, wait. So why would she settle for you? You in the club too.
Exactly.
Y'all in
Not-
the
not
same
necessarily,
club.
not
So are you
necessarily.
saying that you're not a good man because you in the club that night? You don't
No.
have values. You don't have morals. You're not a good man because you
I
in the
do.
club. So why couldn't that woman be?
Yeah, she could.
So where you find them at?
I mean, but I can't really have
Barnes
a
and
conversation.
Noble.
Yeah,
How often you go there?
Lies.
I do.
Listen,
Okay.
I
I've
do.
had it.
My thing is this: when it comes to when you're looking for a specific woman that you're looking for, you don't find them in church. You look for them where you be at.
like
Like
where?
what
And you be at the club.
You
be at
know,
the club,
I'll be
bro.
at lounges, I'll be at bars, I'll be at places
Oh, so
that
okay,
a lot of
okay,
people
okay.
are at.
Okay, so now
That's just me.
I do be a lot of different places.
I'll be in a
Bro, be in
lot
the
of
streets.
Ike is
I'm
outside.
Ike outside.
multifaceted.
Ike for sure is
I'm
outside.
multifaceted.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask a direct
I'm
question.
everywhere
I want to
that
ask
you
a
could
direct
possibly think that you
question.
might not think I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask a direct question.
Okay.
If you meet a woman that checks your boxes
Mm.
because you met her at Hubbard Inn, it's a no for you.
I don't be a Hubbard Inn, first of all.
Because you met her at Hugh,
Last
it's a
time I've been at
no.
Hubbard Inn was the last time I've been at Hubbard Inn.
So if you met her at Hugh, it's a no.
At Hugh, yeah, maybe, because
I
I know
can
what
stand
Hugh
it.
brings.
I can stop.
I know what
Okay.
Hugh brings.
Shout out
Okay.
to Hugh.
Oh, shout out to him in
Hugh.
Chicago.
Yes.
670
So we
Yes.
could we'll come back to that, like
Yes.
Kiara. You said that you're looking for a guy that's husband material or father material.
Yeah,
Can you
both.
break can you break that down? Like what is that? What do those qualities look like when you dating a guy once, twice, 3 times, whatever? What are you looking for within that conversation? Say, okay, this is the type of guy
Sure.
that's long term.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love, first of all, a man that does not what you doing me every day. I'm a sapiosexual, so I feel like a man that can hold a conversation with me is top tier. If we got a career, because I hope he got one and I got one. If we both have careers, I want you to say, hey, I know we busy, like, give me a day this week that you're available. I want to see you.
Okay.
To me, it's like when I get text messages like, what you doing tonight? There was no thought into that. And I'm not saying that's the whole longevity, but I'm talking about
Right.
the beginning, the courting stage.
Right.
Like, I appreciate somebody that's like, I know we both busy. I want to see you. Let's make time for it. Let's put it in our calendar.
Yeah.
That's, you need to get yourself.
Let it finish. Let it finish.
I said,
Um,
Okay.
I guess
The conversation about kids comes up often.
Okay.
Ideally, I don't want a man with kids, right?
Okay.
That's ideally.
But
Even at this age.
But listen, I'm about to get there. because you got to be realistic, ladies.
You have
need
to be realistic,
Ladies,
yes.
you need to be realistic.
Because guys got kids at this age. At 34,
If you
30,
are
Yeah.
33, 34, typically
yeah.
you probably dating 35 and up. A 35-year-old man probably, I think at least 50% of them has at least one child,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would not say that I'm no longer. When I was in my 20s, mid-20s, I would say, oh, I'm not dating a man with no kids. Now I'm not against it. And actually, in some cases, I have preferred a man that has had children because of the level of the maturity that they
Yeah, you was gonna
possess.
say that.
When you have to put somebody else first
Yeah.
and you never had before, I feel like you know how to sacrifice. And some men that don't have children, you can tell the difference.
Got it.
I'll put my responsibilities first.
But
You
know,
are
I mean,
just
honestly-
Casanova right now.
No,
You are real
because
smooth
I have
right
a
now,
lot of
bro.
responsibilities.
Very
Yo,
smooth.
I have a lot of-
I have a lot
lot
of
of-
showing us like you
Yes.
are that real like
Ladies,
laid back.
if you looking
I got-
for somebody, Ike is available. Okay, let's just be very clear. We're gonna put it out there. This man is available. He looking for, I don't even know. 'cause
We
right
don't
now-
know anymore.
Listen, we
Right.
don't know.
Well, let's ask him that question,
What are
right?
you looking for?
well,
Like, what's your ideal?
Yeah.
I'm not looking
woman?
for.
No, tell us what your
Tell
ideal
us
woman is.
your
My ideal woman is someone that's caring, that's selfless, that's someone that's nurturing.
What about her background?
I mean, her background is her background, but ultimately, it's her past that I'm interested in.
That's the same thing.
The past. What I mean by past is what you've been through, the people
Your
that
lived
you-
experiences.
your lived experiences.
Does she have to have a
Yeah.
job?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Can she have a child?
I was just about to ask.
I'm okay with a child.
How many?
One.
Max one.
One. I can't.
I'm max 2 if they got the same mom.
Ain't no way. Ain't no
I'm
way.
max 2 if they have the
Kiara,
same mother.
If they have the same mother.
I'm not gonna be no.
Oh my God.
Ain't
Yes,
no way.
so that's what I'm saying. But
One
think
is
about
okay.
it. If I have your baby, now we gotta contact 2 other women
That's
to
three
get
baby mamas.
permission.
That's
Yeah.
some Summer Walker stuff. So that
Yeah.
is 3.
Yeah.
But
Hello,
if
can
you
we
have
take the
to-
baby?
Yes.
Hello.
But it's some two baby mamas that's really responsible out here. They're doing their thing out here. I
Yeah.
know.
But for
personally.
your preference,
For you-
my
one.
my preference is one.
a job. Okay,
A job.
So one
because
kid.
my money is your money and your money is yours.
Okay.
And then when it comes down to it. But when I come at you, I'm gonna come at you with not only attention, but I'm also coming with you with intention.
Okay.
So-
that's good.
So
Maybe you're gonna ask what I
with
was saying.
intention comes with attention. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I'm feeling you, it's all
Good.
intention. I mean, that's
With
what comes-
intention comes with attention. That's very true.
Charles, you
That's
know,
good. That's something,
you're a
bro.
very able guy, bro. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about people that's not able. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to people that's my age. That people that's responsible, that take care of their stuff.
Okay, I have a
You know what I'm
question.
saying? And people that come, and that's what you're not expecting, right? I mean,
I don't know. What do you
no,
mean?
what I mean is,
That's
no
what
one,
I'm
not
not
anything
expecting.
lower than that, you're not taking. But I'm coming to you as someone that's
Okay,
able,
Okay, she
I
has
have
a
a question.
question.
I have a
you
question.
know. So
So I want you all to answer like, okay, relationships, dating is a struggle right now in Chicago. Would you all agree?
Yes.
not really.
Okay.
Why you single then?
I
I'm
think
single because I want to be.
we just had a
I
conversation.
love to be in relationships. I love
He does.
relationships.
No,
Y'all
I
know
just
me.
said
And
that.
I want to talk
I'm
Before,
about
okay.
that.
before the camera started,
I'm
I said,
okay
I
with
know
that.
you're a serial dater. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
can tell.
dating.
It's
I'm in a
your
relationship.
spirit.
I'm in a relationship, but I'm not in a relationship. I'm not. And
In
not,
a
right now, would you
situationship?
say no? No, not even
This
a
podcast is
situationship.
brought to you by no.
Not even a situationship.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you live, but I just know we just had a conversation with Ike recently, and you know your dating situation is very different. Like, but we gonna
Yeah.
talk about that. But I want to know, like, from you all, like, what do you bring to the table? So you, especially Ike, you talking about all these things that she has to come with.
Yeah.
You said that too, Kiara. But it's like, what do you all bring to the table when it comes to dating in Chicago
In Chicago,
Or in general.
in general,
or in general?
Yeah.
I bring a sense of commitment.
Excuse
You'll
me?
know exactly where I fit in your life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One thing, I'm an open book, right?
Okay.
So one thing is, you're gonna figure out who my friends are. You're gonna figure out who I'm with. Then it's your choice at the end of the day if you want to stay here or not.
But your elevator pitch, Ike. What do you bring to the table when it comes to a relationship?
Yeah.
Your elevator pitch.
Oh, I
Like,
bring-
list them off. Come on,
all
let us
right.
know.
I bring my charisma. I bring my personality.
Concrete.
And And with that being concrete by itself with those two things, my thing is this: I'm gonna motivate you, I'm gonna surprise you, and not only that, I'm gonna make you happy by any means necessary. If
We're
I
back
can't,
to the dating show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're back to it.
by any means necessary.
Hey,
My
what's
thing is
that
this:
show we used to
we're
come
gonna
on?
go out, we're
It
gonna
was
drink,
like
we're gonna have a good
three
time.
guys on
We're gonna have a good time.
Yes, the
And
episode that Shanae was on.
Say yes or no or something. It was like
No, it was a real dating show. It was
Dater.
like
I know.
it was like
Blind
three or
date.
The one
Blind
that
date. It was blind date.
it was like 3 or 4 guys on the stage, and then the women would be like in the back or something.
No,
like
that's
that.
the one that Martin did. When remember Shanae was on
It
there.
was blind date.
Right, but it was
it was
a
like,
real-
and at the end of the day, you go on a date, you say yes or no if you want to go on another date with them.
Yeah.
We hear you. Okay. Now,
That's
Kiara,
all. That's all.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's everything that you bring. Your career.
That's it. I can't really teach anybody
Do you have a
anything.
career?
I do have a
Do
career.
you have ambition?
I have ambition. I have faith. That's number one.
There you go.
Faith is.
I know everything's beyond me. I agree with a higher power and I follow it. I obey it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
Yeah.
from there, that'd be the matriarch of my family if I ever grow a family, right? So
Okay.
when it comes down to that, I know I'm living for something that's a bigger purpose than me.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want women to follow.
Got it.
Okay.
You know, and that's it. I'm not too complicated. Guys are not complicated like you think they are. But
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
just
Thanks.
cool,
Thanks,
cool.
Ike. All right, Kiara. What do you bring to the table when it comes to dating?
The thing I always hear first, which I don't necessarily agree with, is like, damn, you ain't got no kids.
that's crazy. But
I mean, that's the thing
It's
I hear
real.
all
Yeah.
the time. I think I'm very much a hard worker. I am fully focused on being completely multiple streams of income. I'm a good person. I am loyal. I am fun. Besides Chloe, hold on. What else?
And Chloe is who again?
My dog.
Thank
I'm a
you.
dog mom.
Yes.
She'll be 10 this month. I don't know. I have a ton of ambitions. I don't know what else.
So, Kiara, you broke that down from the perspective of an ambitious woman,
Yeah.
or even as an independent woman.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys I know that are career oriented, that got all their stuff together, right? They're looking for not necessarily a woman that has her stuff together, which that's good, but it's a little bit more in terms of like the support, right?
Yeah.
Or the care or the motivation and inspiration. Do you provide that? Is that important to you? Because when you're single for a while, it's like you gotta make sure you good.
Yeah.
Right? And how you broke that down, I could tell like you've been independent, you got your stuff together. So do you feel you can provide those things for a man? Because I always say every man needs a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Right? Can you be that cheerleader for the man that already has that success but need those other
Since
things
she
that
independent
that are,
and
yeah, that
everything.
are intangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny, my mama told me a long time ago, I'm raised by a single mama.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, let that man be a man. And I didn't fully understand that until she said that, because
Yeah.
I was raised by a single mother and a grandmother. All I
Yeah.
knew was women being independent. So I
Right,
didn't know what it was
right.
like to have a man take out the trash. So she said it to me in my mid-20s, and I was like,
What does that even mean? Right?
damn, no, it hit
Yeah,
me like,
okay.
why are you always trying to act like you can do everything? So from that point of view, I feel like I definitely changed my mindset. Like, I definitely think I could be a cheerleader. My biggest reason for being so ambitious is because I'm about to be 34. I want to have kids. I want to have several kids. So I'm like, I want several streams of income so I can be at home with my kids.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's important.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm. So, and I know everybody can't do that. So I'm like, if I have
Yeah.
these things set up, what is stopping me? I don't want to be a mom going to school full time and
Right.
going to work and still trying to provide for my kids. Like, so I definitely think I can be a cheerleader. I want to do that so I have more time for my family.
Yeah.
If I'm doing this right now, why would I not use this time as best that I could?
I think that's a
real.
good point. I feel like I have a lot of friends and family members who, as far as females that are independent, have great jobs,
Yep.
have careers, have they're entrepreneurs, they have homes, they have investment properties, all of those great things, right? And they are struggling when it comes to dating, they're struggling when it comes to men. So it's very interesting when I have friends like Ike that's like, no, TV, like these girls out here, you just don't know, like they want a guy to take care of them. And I'm like, no, you're looking in the wrong direction, right? Because I know so many different females that literally has everything laid out. So if a man does come, and he could literally come with nothing, And I know they have a car, a house, an investment property, a career, and entrepreneurs and all of those great things. And I have friends like Ike that's like, no, I don't know where they are because I'm not experiencing that. So I want to ask Ike that. I want to ask Ike, like, are you running into that? Because I feel like I know a lot of black females that are on their ish, right?
Yeah.
So
Good
it's
for
like,
Ike, you don't have to be black.
now,
They don't. I mean, I understand what you're saying, TV. But with me, I grew up in a house with my mom and dad there in my entire life.
two-parent household, okay.
Good.
So I'm like an anomaly, right? So it's just not when it comes down to working, when it comes down to work ethic, when it comes down to religion, when it comes down to faith, when it comes down to figuring out what I need to do to survive. I was always there with my mom and dad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I always looked up to my dad. My dad taught me a lot of things when it comes down to not only women, but when it comes down to your temperament,
Yeah.
And one thing about me, when it comes down to what you bring to the table, it really doesn't matter, It matters in a sense, but what I mean don't really matter is that I bring a type of, let's say, masculinity when it comes down to it. Like I followed my dad's directions, and my sisters did too.
Like
it wasn't my mom.
And take care of the home and all that.
Like everybody followed my dad. Essentially, he was a matriarch of the whole family.
So are you seeing that? Sorry to cut you off. Are you seeing that in dating though? Like, are you seeing a lot of like women these days that they're not looking for
Patriarchy.
No, they come with a lot. And modern women, when it comes out, they come with a lot because, they come with a certain type of survival when it comes down to being independent. They know how to take care. They have an instinct that's bar none, especially when it comes down to black women.
And that is so intimidating for men.
For me, it's not intimidated. I'm not intimidated.
That's,
I just take it for who you are.
and that's kind of where I was getting.
And from there, it creates different choices for me. Does it really create different choices for you? I don't know. That's for you to judge. But for me, I have different options, And from there, I see what you bring versus what other people bring. Then I have choices. As someone that I know who I am.
Have choices.
So
I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table.
Look.
What do you bring to the table? That's cool. Because when it comes down to taking care of yourself, you're there. But I'm going to take care of you at the end of the day, regardless.
Okay, let me not to interrupt you, but look, a few episodes back, we talked about are ambitious women, are they intimidating to men?
100%.
And kind of what Kiara is saying based off what Ike is saying, it sounds like that's the truth, right? It sounds like there's a lot of truth to that because you're saying like I have all these things, right, Kiara, but you're also saying like the man that come in my life or that I date, are they prepared for that?
No. I think a lot of them, that's why I think I do date older. They're not. I've had guys on dates tell me, I got 2 masters. That literally was like, you got a master's degree. Well, what could I teach you? Literally. And I'm like, well, at this point, you're done here. Like, I have a master's in counseling. There's a whole plethora of life that you can teach me. I have men like, oh, damn, you going here, you going there, you spending, like, and not even, that gets crazy, but there are a lot of men that are intimidated by that because maybe they're not there yet. And that's not a deal breaker for me. Yeah. But it's a deal breaker for me if you're intimidated by that. Because when when a man is intimidated, I feel like it shows up in their actions and it becomes insecurity.
I was gonna ask
you.
It 100% becomes insecurity.
I'm not really intimidated. I bring my own attributes. I bring who I am. I'm really confident in who I am.
Why are you single?
The reason why I'm single is because I'm single. I broke up with my last girlfriend. We broke up.
What was that?
When was that?
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to get to that.
I was just about to say, I have something for that.
Yes,
I have something for that. Okay, so I do have a question for both of you, right? So like in your previous relationship, the last relationship that you had, what would your significant other at the time say was an issue or problem in your relationship that you caused specifically?
Damn.
I'll start with Kiara.
Damn.
Accountability.
That I caused specifically.
So something that you did wrong in the relationship.
Or is there something that happened in past relationships that you feel like you could have did better, right? Like some things about you that you want to improve on.
I would have left earlier.
Really?
100%.
Why is that?
I feel like I was in love. And I feel like when you're in love, you look over a lot of shit. And my intuition was telling me that something is off, something is not right, and I kept not listening because I was in love. So 100%, I be sometimes like, this man took a good 2 years.
You can't get the time back.
You can't.
You cannot get the time back.
You can't. And looking back, I'm like, how did you not
Yeah.
see all of these red flags?
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, but
Okay.
do you with that said, is there something that you feel you could have done differently, right, within a relationship to make it better? Like, maybe not in the totality of it, right, but do you ever look back and say, well, I could have went about this differently?
I think I should have been more honest about how I was feeling ahead of time, because my
honesty.
Yes, because I was battling with myself and I didn't bring it to him.
Okay.
And now I'm like, look, going forward in my relationships, I'm like, this is how I feel. And I'm a firm believer.
Trust the gut.
That too, but I'm a firm believer now. A man, I do not like to criticize a man if I have not told him what my issue is. If I have not said to him, this hurts my feelings or this makes me mad, because men don't be knowing what is it, Mars and Venus, whatever it is.
They don't.
We are from 2 different planets. So first, I'm going to put you up on game. This hurts my feelings or this upsets me. And then once I do it, if you continue to do it, now it's a problem for you. But for me, it was a problem for me because I never even expressed that to him. So how can I criticize him when I didn't express what my problem
That's
was?
a really good point.
Yes,
Like,
please let's state that. That's
a really good point.
Key.
We just did a panel for Love Jones, right? And we were talking about on the panel, and I'm like, when I have an issue, I literally cannot not say my problem.
Me too.
Like, it will literally eat me alive
Yeah.
if I don't get it out.
We're the
So it's like-
opposites with that.
And we are, because if I'm mad about something or upset or just frustrated, I have to tell you, like, this just made me mad.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? But it's like, I cannot hold it in. And I don't know if that's
Me
a
neither.
good thing or a bad thing
I think it's good.
when it comes to relationships, but yeah, I literally have to get it out or it's going
And
to
Because
opposite
if
is
you go off
would
out
hope
of
that,
nowhere, it's like, a man be like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
But in your mind, you've already 3-striked him and never told
Yeah.
him what those
Yeah.
were. So now you
Yeah.
at a 10 and he like, what?
But that same thing for men, we might feel like it's something a lady do that might be an issue to us or might be a problem, but
Tell me.
we won't say it right away
Tell
because
me.
we think about all the other things that's going to happen after we bring this up. So we trying to avoid the
It's a
argument.
confrontation
Just-
for them.
Look,
It's
to
a
avoid the
confrontation for them.
argument, the issues,
They don't want it.
you mad for the whole day. It's like all these things like
He like, yeah, I'm just gonna go
right.
watch the game.
No,
I'm not gonna do
Is
this.
it really worth it? So that's where we just differ in terms of like.
And that's my
I was
my
just about to say,
big
Ike, now
problem.
what's yours?
Yeah.
Mine is
Your-
communication.
In your last
Okay.
relationship, what is it that your ex would say that you caused for the relationship to not make it or to not be successful?
Communication. Like you guys just mentioned, just stating how I feel immediately. You know, instead of lasting 2 years, instead of lasting 1 year, it's communication how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And really being, specific on how I feel about it. I was all about submitting at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just to avoid the problem. Like,
Oh,
what?
you still wanna deal with it.
I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
That means I didn't communicate my point. It was all about solving at this point. It was it's all about like, hey, how you feel? I'm listening. And I'm solving the issue that you have with me. You know what I'm saying?
Submitting. Okay, that's a word.
We have
Listen. Yes.
We're gonna say anything.
So do you submit to me when you're not trying to argue? Is that what that is? Submission?
I don't know if it's called that, but I
I
don't
wanna
talk
know
about
so I
that
can put
word.
some on it.
It's very
I like
rare.
that.
It's
I
very
like that.
rare that we hear men say
I've never
that
heard,
they're being submissive, right?
But
Or
they
they're
do.
submitting. To
They
their
like, you
women.
got it, babe. All right,
Yeah,
you're
but-
right.
They'll never
but-
admit to
no,
it,
no, no.
though.
But the way y'all view
Thanks,
that's not how
Ike.
y'all view submissive.
Um,
Like just saying like, oh, okay, we'll avoid the conversation. That's what
So-
he said. He said he's submitting. In
You
terms
know what
of-
my definition
like-
of submission is? Like,
Yeah.
whatever you like to me. Not like literally that, but it's like whatever's gonna make you happy or make us good or make everything like seamless.
Yeah.
That's submissive.
I think that
when it
word
comes
is
to,
very
like
that word is
a
very
man and a woman, and a
subjective.
man towards a woman.
That's subjective in relationships.
No, it's very subjective for sure. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
It's very subjective. Like for men, when we want a woman, a lady to be submissive, we'll say like we want her to like just kind of like always be there for us, or always listen, or go the extra mile, or like not.
Is that really what
triple
y'all want?
I mean, let me continue, right?
Yeah, let's be
right.
very clear.
When you
Submissive,
ask her to do things, whether it's however you want to break that
Cook
down,
dinner, clean
you
the
want
house,
to
take
do
care
it.
of the kids and all that. That's submissive.
I
to
mean,
y'all.
that's standard
For who?
for a lot of relationships. Like cooking in relationship, for a lot of women don't have a problem with that.
That's
Cleaning,
standard.
A lot of women have a problem
Look,
with
you
that.
see how you said a lot of women don't have a problem with it, but we've talked about this
Yeah.
before. Listen, if I have a 9 to 5, if I'm an entrepreneur trying to do other things as well, and I'm working just like you, it's gonna be a lot of days where it's like, if you call me like, what we eating for dinner, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. What we eating for dinner? I don't know. You tell me.
That's
so it's
true.
like, I'm not gonna be cooking every day. I'm not gonna be washing clothes and cleaning the house, which I do all the
They
time,
don't
and I
do it
get
every
so
day,
mad.
though. They don't do it every day.
But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's the woman that's doing most of those submissive type of roles in the relationship. And
But why? That's where it's kind of confusing. Because why is that? Like, what exactly is submissive? It's submissive if you want your woman to do certain things that you just expect for your woman to do. Because there's
Expect,
certain
that
wait.
word.
Okay, expect. Let's flip it. There's certain things you expect for your man to do. Like you
What's the word for that?
I don't expectations. Expectations. You just broke down a whole list
Yeah.
of things you want from a man, from a father, future husband. Right, that list is already there.
Yeah.
Right. Many men in general, shout out to 50. Many men don't have.
Many
men don't have a long list of all the things they want. We just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's good conversation. She got her stuff together. All the great
okay,
hair,
that's
we
very
make that work.
interesting. Men don't have a list.
I do have a list.
Like I'm literally asking
do?
'cause I don't know. I really
I do have a
don't know.
list. I mean, my list is listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
What else on your list? Keep
I
going.
mean,
What
my
else?
list is femininity. My list is, hey, when I say you go left, nah, you gonna go left, no right. You know what I mean? Listen, listen to me.
Okay,
I'm
what
the
else on your
boss.
list? Those 3 things.
Wait,
Anything
I don't
else?
know.
Like,
Left.
because this list is very
It
interesting.
sounds like to me he's talking about he wants to be the leader in a relationship.
I have
Like,
to
he wants
be.
to lead.
well, he talked about his
You gotta
parents,
believe me
yeah.
though. You gotta believe me.
Trust.
It's trust is the
Let's stay
martial
there,
art
bro.
of
Let's stay there.
anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't trust me, then what do we have?
To
It's
me,
the
that's a
patriarch.
big
It's
issue.
You said isn't the male the patriarch?
Yeah.
You said you just said matriarch. That's what it. Right.
Patriarch.
Right. I
patriarch.
did say.
I don't know the difference between the two.
All right. Keep going.
But when it comes down to I need my lady to be like, okay, he got it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He got it.
Right.
Can I say
You know,
this?
it worse or best. I won't listen to my dog. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna be my homie regardless, whatever the case may be.
Good or bad.
You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. She gonna be my homie. Like before she my girl, before she my wife, before she my girlfriend, she gonna be my homie.
Like
first.
versus
What?
love.
Wait,
We talked about that.
Like versus love. For Kiara, she
Okay.
has something to say.
Yes, she
I
did.
do.
Yeah. Probably a lot to say.
No, it's more so here's where I get stressed with the word submissive. I'm not against being submissive, right? Or whatever people think that means.
Right.
I hear this all the time from men that could not leave me out of a box. That's my issue.
Okay.
You want a woman to be submissive when you are not coming to the table with anything. Like when he said go left, do you have
That's why I asked about his list.
do you have the qualities? And I'm not saying just because you are a man does not mean when I say go left. If I know this or I know that, and everybody has their different compartments or different areas in life that they are stronger in.
Correct.
So no, I can't always say this, sir, please. I'm not listening but I can tell that almost immediately. I can tell. That's what I'm saying. When I say a man can teach me something, I'm all tuned in. Dang, I never thought about that. Yeah. But that does not happen to me often. It's
But
more
what do you
so
want to be taught? It's what do you want to be taught? What does leadership even mean to you?
Tell her what
You know what I'm saying? How do you want to be led? Because I have many forms of leadership I could provide.
Okay.
But how do you want to be led?
Okay.
What does leadership mean to you?
Sure.
And also, in regards to what do you want to learn? what do you want to like? What do you want me to teach you? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it depends. It depends on that woman. I can't. But for me,
For you specifically.
For me
you.
specifically, it's like, what don't I know? Like, where it's like, oh damn, I got a account that does this. You can do this, this, and that with your buildings, with your property. Like, give me something that I don't already know. I have my hand in a lot of pots. So for a man to be like, have you ever tried this? I'll be like, God, I love him.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yes.
Not for a man to be asking me like, damn,
How you do that?
But it comes with thoughtful conversation, right?
How you and I'm not knocking that because everybody. It's not that I'm not willing to teach,
Right.
but if you
don't wanna always
come
be a
with
teacher,
that,
that's what
if
you're
you
saying.
and I was a teacher, so if you
Right.
come with that in every category, and I'm thinking about how my household is going to be ran, I want a partner. I don't
Your
want
kids will be
another
raised.
child.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling a man a child, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be teaching him, and so
Yeah.
I ideally I want me to come with these, maybe in these 3 categories, and he
Right.
come with these 3 categories, and then we build together. But I don't want to be like, babe, why you do that?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you talk to me first? Like, I feel like it's to be equally yoked. Teach me something, and I'll teach you something.
That's on you though. When it comes down to like asking me questions like this, that's why you have an open like you gotta be comfortable talking to each other. That's why you gotta talk to your. I truly believe
Can you tell me
in
what
getting a
that meant
relationship.
by that's on me?
I mean, to ask questions like, okay, to be like, what are you interested in? Like, what
But
do you want
if
to
he
learn?
does not have the skill set, what does that change?
Then maybe I could bring a different skill set you didn't even know, like a different skill set that you didn't
If
know.
I'm
Well, that's based
talking
off
about a human,
Communication and
right? If I'm talking about a
Time.
human that does
Yeah.
not have a certain skill set, I can't change that. I can't rewind time and say, learn
But I don't know
this."
what you want to learn. It comes through thoughtful conversation.
so
You know what I'm saying? That's honestly, I don't know what you want to converse about. So when it comes down to, honestly, when it comes down to like knowing what you want, knowing what you're interested in, it comes through
But
like,
everybody,
having an open conversation, talking about anything and everything.
yeah, but everybody ain't for everybody.
They not.
So
I
I
have
don't
a
have to-
question for
yeah.
y'all on that. I have a question. So, you know, you all have been on the dating scene for a while now, right? So it's like, what's to come for a 30-plus-year-old when it comes to dating? So it's like, you've been on the random dates, you've had the awkward questions, you've had the dates where it's like, okay, this ain't for me. So it's like, where do you stand right now when it comes to dating? And you've been in the cycle for a while. Like, how do you get outside of that? Because I'm sure both of you want kids, both of you want to get married and all those things. So what's next when it comes to dating? I'll let Ike go first.
For sure.
I mean, what's next to come to dating is like
Is it
When
the
it
same
comes down
cycle
to-
or
you gotta know what you're asking questions that really. I mean, just having a conversation, just being a human being. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by being a human being is just knowing what you're interested in. You know, I know my interests versus what you're interested in.
but are
What
you
was-
dating at the same places or are you looking somewhere else? Or what does that look like?
I generally date in the same places.
I have a question for both of you, right? So I really want to know, like, what's next for dating for you? So you've been through it all. You've been on dates. You've talked to different people. You've been through different experiences. So it's like, when it comes to dating right now as a 30-plus-year-old, like, what is next for you? And are you doing the same things when you're looking for a partner? I'm going to ask Ike first.
Well, I'm not looking for the same things, ultimately.
Okay.
When it comes down to dating now, I'm asking more unique questions about their background.
Okay.
That's one thing about me. I want to know about your past. I want to know what you've been through, so I can do things a little bit differently. For myself, what I can control is essentially where I take you. Then from there, just asking questions. For instance, you know, I went to a museum the other day, and from there, and from
I was
there.
to the
Bro,
museum the
why
other
you
day.
No, I
cool?
see. You gotta
I was
take.
to the museum
You gotta take.
You
You
so
take.
smooth. Why you
Hey,
say museum?
Let's
like,
acknowledge the elephant in
In
the
Chicago,
room.
you got free museum days.
I would say
So you don't need to
museum.
you don't need to
I would
spend
say-
as much money. You don't need to do as much things as you think you need to do.
You-
So guess what?
Girl, you too-
One thing I did
Rico
was
Suave today.
nah, I'm not.
Man.
Pretty Ricky, what they call
Nah,
him.
nah.
Okay.
I like so I go to the Art Institute of Chicago. So one thing I do is, you know, when I walk around, you know, then from there I create different conversations that relate to them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, when I mean relate to them,
I hear
it's
you.
like, what do you like to eat? You know, where you like to go?
Yeah.
Like, what do you love versus what you don't? What you want versus what you don't want? You know what I'm saying? These are the questions I'm asking. You know?
So are those the same
and it costs
questions?
$0, guys.
Were those the same questions you were
Now
asking
we on a
before,
budget?
or were these different questions?
Huge budget.
Are these different questions or the same questions you've always asked?
No, because they're different places.
Okay.
Normally, what I'll take,
Okay.
I used to be the guy that will take you to STK. I used to be a guy that would take you to different restaurants that I normally wouldn't even take myself to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to impress them.
Just to impress.
That makes
but-
sense. That makes sense.
But now,
Yes.
You're
I-
more looking for the substance in a woman first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's funny because, and we're going to go to Kiara, but I remember I was talking to Charles and I'm like, yeah, some of my friends, like, they'll go to, like, when they first meet a guy, some people do, like, online dating. They'll go to a coffee shop first. And Charles is like, a coffee shop? Ain't nobody going to a coffee shop. I'm like, I think it's because, it's like, before you spend money on a female, or even if she spends money on you, you want to just, let's do it like a date that's not like a official date. Let's just
A
see.
vibe check.
A vibe check, right?
that's
So it's
what
like,
it's
let's just
called.
get coffee. Let's
Vibe
just,
check.
meet up somewhere and see how it goes. And he thought that was so crazy. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I understand that and I feel that because it's like, why go to STK if it's not someone that you really mess with?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Can
I'd go
say-
somewhere just
I gotta
for
say
you.
something though, since we're on this topic. And Kiara, you probably can answer this for us. I've been hearing a lot of women say they'll go on a date with a guy even if they're not interested
That's
with
good.
him.
No.
Like
That's a
just
fool.
for the meal.
come
Like,
on, sis.
So let me
Bro,
tell you,
you gotta stop that.
I
We
got
gotta
a
stop
core
that.
issue with
We
that.
gotta
It's
stop
like
that.
if you don't really like the guy, you just using him to eat from food. Like you just need a
So,
meal.
that's
Like you
wild.
out here starving.
In
Like-
my personal opinion, I feel like those for the girls that ain't doing nothing.
I agree.
Okay.
Those are girls that ain't got nothing else better to do.
I agree.
Because
But
the
you've heard
worst
that though,
thing,
right?
I
Okay,
absolutely
alright.
heard that.
Okay.
But I can't think of nothing worse than have to entertain a man's company that I
Hey,
don't
don't-
want nothing to do with
For a meal.
for a lamb chop.
Bro.
Immediately no.
Bro.
No.
I thought
No.
I thought that was weird, but I had to.
But I know
get
girls
that out.
do it.
Yeah.
I do too.
But that's
For
why I
an
like the
Instagram
plan dates,
picture.
man.
Yeah. Okay, so going,
STK,
stop.
It's cool.
Okay.
But I'll take your STK happy hour. I'm not really,
Look, not dinner, not 7
not 7 p.m. happy hour. Why? Know my budget. Get as many drinks as you want. I can afford it. It's during happy hour. We
Y'all
having a
never
good time.
seen- what is it,
Let a
the
guy
Love
plan
Jones
the date
Connection?
first. That's
No,
all.
that's him.
Yeah.
I feel, listen, as a guy, and I'm not even gonna lie, like, I feel bad for dudes sometimes because, like, in this day and age, like, I know when we go out, like, I'm getting every drink I want, I'm getting every meal I want, so we gonna spend at minimum $300 for a meal. So it's like, I feel bad for a dude that's, like,
Yeah.
maybe interested in a female and they feel like, oh, we gonna go to STK or RPM or at Steak 48, and you spending, like,
yeah.
all this money, and it's
Yeah.
like, what if it leads nowhere? So it's like, do you feel like that's wasting money, or do you feel like it is what it is? But most guys,
I mean, it's
you work hard for your money,
I
right?
mean, it's absolutely wasting money if you don't leave
Big
to nothing.
time.
But you don't
That's
know
why-
until you know.
That's
When
why-
you in
when
it,
you know,
That's why
you
you
know.
go on a Starbucks
That's all I'm
date.
trying to know.
That's why
But
you go on a
let's be
Starbucks
clear.
date.
In online dating, most women be like, "Oh, he says let's meet up at Starbucks." They're gonna X him out.
Dang.
They're gonna be like, "What?"
But I get that, and I'm not even dating, but I understand it. Like,
We still be
But
dating.
what I could do, I think,
I
okay,
mean, we date, but I'm.
I would be. Oh Lord, absolutely,
Lord.
y'all date.
Lord.
I would be okay with. I can't do Starbucks, and I'm saying that from me.
But would
I
you be
think
okay
I-
with a museum? Would you be okay with Field Museum,
So-
Art Institute Chicago?
I-
Would you be okay with these institutes in
Jazz
Chicago?
Institute of
So-
Chicago.
You know what I'm saying?
So I am not a museum girl.
Okay.
But
Like-
I don't think
like
it's
a
a
Mexican
bad date.
restaurant or
If
something
you
like
was
that.
like, "Oh, let's meet at Bar Louie for happy hour," I wouldn't
agree.
look at you
I agree.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
No.
I wouldn't
You
look
don't
at
think-
you.
People
I
don't-
would
said
not.
you
No,
wouldn't.
I
People
would
don't
not
like
look
change.
at you crazy.
People don't like change.
Oh, okay, yes.
No,
yes.
I'd be good. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if this is our first outing, if we
Let's try
online
it.
dated,
What about Chili's? Would you be okay with taking? Well, I
where the
actually-
hell is the Chili's at?
on 95th?
No, no.
Well, man, it's
So just happy
I'm
hour.
being honest.
What about
You wouldn't
Red
be
Lobster?
okay.
Red Lobster
What about
fire.
Patillos? What about Patillos? Would you be okay with Patillos?
So, anyways, what was the question I was
That's
supposed to
crazy.
answer?
Yes, I was gonna go back to that. So, Kiara,
Yes.
like in your dating world right now,
Yes.
at 30 plus years old, like what does dating look like for you in the future? Like, are you doing the same things? Or are you doing something different? Like, what are you doing to find your like mate, partner, husband,
The husband.
Yeah.
whatever you aspire to, get out of the dating world?
So to me, I think the biggest thing is I'm more focused. I can honestly say before I was having fun
As you should.
holistically. So I wasn't necessarily looking for a husband. So now I think it's more so not like the places I go or where I meet guys. It's like am I being more intentional? Am I now actually looking for a relationship? And I feel like now I'm in that place where I'm like, okay, I am ready to be in a relationship. So I think it was I wasn't looking today, but I feel like it was partially me. Like, I'm just having fun. I'm not looking for a husband. If he rolls up,
It just
hey.
Pull up.
But if he doesn't, that's okay. So for me, it's more so like, okay, now I'm being more intentional. And to be honest with you, I feel like I can filter a man in, I don't know, 30 minutes. Not even.
Whoa.
Not even.
So would you consider yourself a professional dater?
Yes.
Wow,
100%.
really?
Yeah.
100%.
So you know right
That's
away.
crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never heard that.
I think, first of all, I don't care what nobody
First
says.
impressions
A
are
woman
important.
knows if she's going to have sex with a man, I believe in 10, 15 minutes.
Damn.
At
Really?
best.
Whoa.
Same for a man too.
At best. Bye.
First of all, it's probably less than 10 minutes for that.
That's
Yes,
about,
yes.
hey, 5 minutes. But you gotta be able, man. You gotta say what you gotta say.
But now it's like I know what questions to ask. Like I can
God.
read a person's maturity, where they're at, where they're going, what they're looking for. I feel like I can do that quick. So now it's like maybe I would have entertained the guys in the past that was like, okay, he's super cool, but I don't necessarily see a future. And I think sometimes I spend time on men that I'm like, I like him, he cool, but I don't see a future. But I always thought it would grow.
Okay, so let me ask you all this. Do you think that you can grow to be attracted to
No.
someone?
I do not think
Like-
chemistry grows.
Okay, so but
I don't.
chemistry,
Attraction
being
is attraction different?
yes, but I feel like
Yeah,
if you went on a date
attraction based
with
on what you-
yes, but if
what
you
you
went on a
first
date with someone that's like right away, maybe his appearance
Yeah.
and the way his aura didn't like attract you in, but maybe like later on, do you think there's potential?
To
even
me,
if
that's
initially-
chemistry because it's not necessarily how he looks. You're not attracted to
It's more
his
about the vibe.
physical.
What
To
you-
me, that's chemistry.
I thought-
Like you make me laugh, you listen to me, you see what I'm saying. I feel like that is a
So it's,
chemistry.
in this day and age, when you all date, if it's someone initially, let's say you go to the coffee shop,
yeah.
and right away you're like, I don't know, but he seems cool or she seems cool. Do you give it another chance for a date, or do you say cold turkey? That's it.
No, I'll give it another chance. I'll definitely give it another chance. Especially if the date didn't go
What does
to
that
like rock bottom.
Two.
You know?
Oh, the second
I
one?
mean,
Two.
honestly,
Two.
I mean, I don't know.
What's
How I
rock
date-
bottom? I'm
Rock
not
bottom
doing
is
rock
like
bottom
you
at all.
know what you about to leave within the first 10 minutes in, you ain't feeling it.
So
But
You
I
know what I'm saying?
know,
Like,
I
that's
feel like
rock
I
bottom.
feel it. Like it's like, damn, like he's interesting, or he did this, or he did that. Like it is something about him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if it wasn't a bad day, I would give it 2 days. If I'm still like, man, then
What is something about him? What do you look for when it comes down to something about
I feel
him?
like chemistry. You can't describe chemistry. It's not. It
Like
doesn't.
it's
It doesn't
organic?
have a
Okay.
look. It's like our personalities,
feel
what
it.
we've been through, like our vibe. You get my jokes. It's
Yeah.
not something that can be explained.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know it's a lot of people in Chicago that's like, dating in Chicago is horrible, right? It's just a horrible vibe. All of, like you said, all of the same people when
Yeah.
you go out. Like, why do you think that is? Do you think like there's candy at the end of the rainbow or whatever it is? Like, do you think it's something more there, or do you think like, as far as our age group, because I think most of our target audience is mostly our age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more there, or do you think it's something that has to change? That's why I asked you all that question.
Yeah, it's really depending on the person. I mean, for me personally, that is not that bad in Chicago. That's just me because I just know where to
You
go
actually
in
the first
Chicago.
ones I heard say that.
Nah, dating's not bad
But
in
it's
Chicago.
also a male perspective different.
It's definitely different, you know, because you mean I mean, there's so many available women in Chicago. I mean, like
There
so
are,
many
there are,
available.
there are
you
an
know?
abundance of available, successful women in between the ages of 27 and 37
I agree.
or 40
I agree.
in Chicago. That's what I'm saying. Women are the underdog, 100%, because it's like you want a man that's not younger than you. You want a man that's at your financial level.
Maturity level.
But why?
But
Why financial
already-
level? Why does my thing is my concern is why is money always put into dating? At the end of the
Money
day,
is
at the end of the day, even if you got more money than me, I'm still gonna pay for the date. I'm still gonna be.
That's
I'm
a
still
good
gonna. I'm still gonna be taking you
That's a good
out.
point. That's a
I'm
good
still gonna
point
be
too.
picking you up.
No,
It
it's
doesn't
not.
matter how much money you
but
have.
let
not.
it, but let that point breathe though.
It's
Let's
not.
let it breathe.
Let that
Alright.
point breathe.
Alright,
I think that's a good
breathe.
point.
Okay.
If that's true, I think that's a
Alright.
good point.
So let me tell you
Yeah.
where money comes into place. I'm not saying I'm not saying he got 3 bags. I'm saying a man that is not financially stable is an issue for a woman in her mid-30s looking to have a family or a relationship.
Right.
It's not that I'm looking for you to cash out, fly me out, or any of those things.
out.
All that flu.
Trying to get flued
Yeah.
out.
Trying to get flued out. It's not that. It's I'm thinking about my family. And if
Yeah.
at 33 you don't know how to manage money,
Yeah.
am I supposed to teach you that too?
Yeah, but I'm not really worried about your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm 35.
That's-
I'm speaking for myself. I'm a very able individual. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to being able, I'm like
You like that word, bro.
I am,
You said
because I'm not
able a lot.
depending. I'm not depending
Yeah.
on a woman as much as you're not depending on a man. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
want to
it's-
depend on a man. Let's be clear.
But also I don't need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need
Whoa,
myself.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when it comes down to
Yes,
and when it
yes.
comes down to that, you know, I mean, when it comes down to that, it's like I can always move forward. I
That
can
goes
move
back-
however I want to move.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It-
So, okay, yes, I don't need you, right? That's what you said, right? So I just want to plus one that because we talked about that as well, one of our episodes where it's like women that are ambitious, that have their lives together and just have like a goal and a vision, they don't need the man. Let's be very clear. Like, I don't think we need men, but we want men. And we want to want you.
yeah.
But it's like, you have to make us want you as well. So it's like, if you coming in and you're saying, I do this, I'm the man, you need to do this, like, that's like, I don't want to deal with that. But allow us to thrive and allow us to flourish in a relationship where it's like, you can have everything and take care of home, but we want to be present to it. We want to be an asset as well.
Yeah, I think you're diminishing the importance of a man in a relationship when you say we don't need you, we want you.
The same way he did.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm just speaking on this statement right here because we gotta be very careful what type of words we use, right? Because I believe that women do need men. I believe men need women. I think there's certain attributes and certain
I agree.
I
certain
agree too.
things that a woman brings to a man's life that's beneficial.
I mean,
right?
we know that every
right.
a woman needs
Right,
a
but
man.
what I'm saying is, let's take the financial stuff out of that. There's things that a man can bring to a woman that she needs a man to provide in her life, right? Like outside of, I'm saying in terms of like the love, the care, the stability, the support, right? The even in some areas, the provider, like that protector. It's certain things that a real man, is going to be
I agree.
beneficial to who a woman is and what's going on in her life. So I generally believe the woman needs a man. I think vice versa.
I agree with you.
I think we need you all. I'm not diminishing that. I think we definitely need men, but when I say that, it's very like, we need you, but we want you as well. So it's like you have to make sure that as a man, you're not. And I think like when you make the statement, like I grew up in like a household where it's like my father, like he did this and that. It's like we not in that era no more.
Yeah, we're not in the area. I'm just gonna deal with someone that likes me, you know. And from there, I'm not gonna deal with someone that tolerates me.
And we
In
no
that sense,
no
in that
woman
sense,
wants to tolerate a man.
But
and I like him.
this all started from the statement of, I don't need a woman.
I don't.
Right.
But I need a woman that likes me. I need a woman that looks in
So
me,
which-
and then when they look at me, they look at a vision. Like, okay, I'm
So
gonna
which
follow
one
Ike's
is it?
vision. I'm gonna follow Ike's vision. You know what I'm saying? And from there,
So what do you take from her?
what I take from her is whatever she tells me, her femininity. I need her truth. I need her to love me. I need her to pour into me, and therefore I'll pour into her. Then it becomes what? A partnership.
But
Honestly,
I think the
you know
moral
what I'm saying?
but I think the moral of the story is if you go into a situation or a relationship with the mindset of I don't need you, that becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Because as Dontiva just stated,
Yeah.
a lot of independent women, and we get chastised for this, like, oh, she act like she don't need a man. And the second you meet a woman, like, she's too independent. I don't ever want to walk into a situation and think that I don't want or need a man.
Yeah.
But when you make a statement like, I don't need a woman, it is the exact same way, just on the opposite side.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But when it comes down to, like you mentioned, like when it comes down to independence, I don't really care about your independence. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care what you accomplished. I want to care about how you feel about me. You know what I'm saying? At
That's
the end of the
fair.
day,
That's fair.
and guess what? That's part of the attributes that I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know you because of
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know you because oh, you doing X, Y, and Z. That's cool for you, but
That's a
that doesn't
bonus.
really.
That's
That's
a
a bonus.
I
That's a
don't know
bonus.
how true
But I don't
that-
really
It's
care.
different.
I don't
I
care
do.
about your accomplishments.
Because
Our culture deal with the past.
when I ask certain people, if I ask a man like, "What do you want the mother of your child to look like?" and this woman has not done anything, has not accomplished anything, that is a red flag, and that should be scary for some people.
No, what she accomplished
And
is part of her
lying.
resume.
If they
It's
say
part of her
that.
resume.
Men are lying though.
It
Like
does.
let's be very.
You just say you don't care what she
No,
does.
it's part of her resume.
Nah.
It's part of her
If
resume.
she ain't done nothing, what's on the resume?
That what she done in the past is
Nah,
a resume. What she does in the
I ain't
future
gonna
is
lie.
on.
These days, like what she
do you
brings to the
mean?
table
No,
matters, bro.
listen. Let's be
Hey,
very clear.
You
Her
want
resume.
because
No.
two is always better than one.
No
So if you got
man wants a
that-
woman.
You don't want no bum. You want a bum.
Exactly.
I don't want a bum.
They going out every
But
day.
you already
Nah,
said you
bro.
don't care what she does, or
That's
she
crazy.
does nothing.
That's crazy.
You guys are gonna
Bro,
see it
that's
earlier in
crazy.
this video.
You want a woman that's ambitious, even if she not like.
But her ambition's gonna turn on me. Her ambition is.
If
that's
she's
what's
not
gonna
doing
work.
anything, how ambitious is she?
Well, she got to be doing something for sure.
You already
just
said
said
that she don't have to be
That's
doing
crazy.
nothing.
That's
That's
crazy,
it.
right? At the end of the day,
That's it.
listen, at the end of the day, no man, and let's be very clear, in this day and age, no
You're
man
hilarious, bro.
wants a woman that is not doing anything.
No.
And it's like it's probably a select few,
They
a very
probably do
small
for
percentage.
manipulation.
Yes, a very small percentage where it's like, I want you to just stay home, take care of the kids, and just be home every day when I get here, have food cooked.
Y'all seen the
I
movie
think-
Enough?
I think it look
Yeah.
yes. I think it look very different when it's like you doing your thing, you doing everything that you should be doing as a man, and your woman, even if she's a stay-at-home mom, but she's like, oh, I got this side business.
still got the
Or I'm
business
still
and
trying to
stuff.
do this.
Yeah.
I'm
working
going
from
to school.
home.
I'm working
Yes.
from home. Like I think that looks very different, and I think our generation.
Well, handle your business. How
yes,
about that?
and we love more incomes. Let's be
Okay.
very
Multiple
clear.
streams.
Multiple streams.
Our generation, we don't want a husband that's just like, oh, I just make all the bacon. No.
No.
Even if he's making all the money, he's like, oh, okay, you making a little some
Yeah.
that's adding to the mix. That's great. So I think y'all both make great points, but let's be very clear. Like when it comes to dating and it comes to relationships, like we need to be very clear with what everyone wants and what they desire out the relationship early on, like what Kiara said. So
I agree.
now y'all crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, before we get into the talking-ish segment, I have to say we've been married for 7 years.
Amen.
Right. And of course we haven't like dated other people in a long time, clearly, right? But it's important. Both of y'all talked about different characteristics, traits, and things you want in in your future wife, future husband, all the above. But I do want to say that sometimes when you date somebody and be with somebody in the early stages, they might not be everything you want them to be, right? And if that person does have a level of potential, it might be worth seeing what it's worth, right? It might be worth like, this person not all the way there, but I see this person might have something in them, and it might be something about you that can push that person to the next level. I know Kiara, you say you want the guy to be, at these different stages, like already ready, right? He might be ready on some areas, but not ready on others. But your presence, right? Your aura, your personality, your skill set, all these things might could help him get to that next level. So I guess what I'm saying overall, like, don't miss out on that future soulmate, that future husband or wife, just because they're not 100% checking off your list, right? Because you could bring something. You and who you are could assist that person to
Push
get
them.
there.
I agree because when I first started dating Charles, he was. But I like
What that mean?
What?
What that mean?
Not now.
I saw
Uh-oh.
potential, and I'm like,
Wait,
it's
stop.
a lot there.
But
that
she
can
was a
help
freshman,
me.
I was a senior. So who saw potential in who?
That means nothing.
It does.
It don't. That's the
Yeah.
average dating age.
Well,
it's at least a
So-
3-year gap.
it was two years.
Ladies,
I'm like,
A
I feel
birthday
like,
late.
even
a birthday
worse.
late. a
Even
birthday
worse.
late.
I
Don't
feel like
put it in her business.
I can cultivate him into something more. And look at him
Exactly.
now.
No. When you met me, I
I'm
was
just
on
saying.
business.
I'm
I
just
was
Let's
there
not- let's-
too. I was
You were there.
there.
Right.
My roommate.
You were there.
College roommate, she was living
Okay,
with
so when she met me, was I not like doing was I on business then?
No. You was cool, but you still needed some grooming.
Damn.
and I
Wait, and did your
Yeah.
girl need grooming?
Not really.
Oh, see,
I was
you're
a-
biased. You're biased, but okay. All
No,
right.
and-
But
no,
it's
no,
fine.
no,
It's
no,
fine.
no, no.
It's fine.
You know what? One thing I heard today. Interesting enough. One thing I heard today. what's today? 3/2/23. All right, no,
3/3.
3/3/23. So my boy, he was talking to me like a person is usually who they are when they start from the age of 1 to 18. They don't really change after 18 years old. So after 18-year-old, they usually
don't
just
change?
don't really-
I think it's room for growth.
It's
I think it's
it's
room for
not
growth.
much.
Hold on,
It's
wait,
not
no,
really-
wait, stop.
it's
Just
not
so
really
y'all know,
a
though,
change
they
when
project
18.
jail sizes based on 3rd grade.
That's true.
So you talking about 18? I think that's they project the sizes of a jail based on 3rd graders.
Really?
So 3rd graders, you're an 8 to
Third grade
9.
reading
So
level,
him
right? I
saying
think,
18 is a big threshold to me.
13 to 8th grade. What, 18? It's like 5-year difference.
No, 3rd grade.
Third grade.
Oh, well,
That's-
3rd grade.
That's
my bad.
8 years old to
I'm
18.
like, what math you doing?
But they base
That's wild.
Yeah.
prison sizes off
Yeah, you
of
do.
3rd grade scores.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, so you saying birth to 18? I'm like, shit. I feel like you are who you are.
So you think you developed your
Early.
character? I think you.
No,
you
what?
developed your character at
I-
13.
I was a teacher.
Wait.
I'm a teacher. Well, I was a teacher, whatever. My 3rd grade students that I taught that graduated last year,
Yeah.
they are the same people.
Really?
When I had them in 3rd grade to when they graduated, like they are the same
Same
personality,
people.
same people,
So,
same project.
so
yes.
I can see that too.
but I
Yeah.
disagree with that because I think that who I was in 7th and 8th grade, I'm definitely I was not that person my junior year of college, my senior year of college. I know for sure, right? I had a lot of issues in middle school.
Are you
right?
the majority or the minority?
I mean, that I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to categorize or put people in a box, right? There's always room for growth. You might meet a mentor, right? You might have somebody come in your life that can support you, assist you to get to that next level, right? And so there's always room for growth, but it also depends on your environment.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and I think what you're
Heavy.
saying, that's probably what they're probably staying in that same environment,
Yes,
so there's no
100%.
room to grow. They don't
It's
see
a very
anything
small
different.
percentage that gets
the
out of that
experiences don't
environment.
change.
It does.
Yeah.
But I think your character always kind of stays the same, bro. I mean, ultimately, from your family, what you grew up with, you are usually the same character. bro.
Even if you grew up in an environment that wasn't the best, your character is
it's
still
always,
the same.
it's
I
usually
agree.
the same.
I agree.
It's how you grew up. You know, just me knowing you personally, how you grew up is the same character that when you were in 3rd grade to now.
I don't think
It develops. It
I don't know
in a sense.
the data on that, the
think I'm the same
stats,
person.
right? But I might, of course, I have some similar characteristics.
I was
But
8 years old when I
I
was
think
8.
with maturity, it changes, right? It changes how you view life. Like
Yeah.
it changes certain things about you in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't say I'm the same person I am at 36 of the third,
I mean, of course,
third grader.
It's experiences
right.
you go through. Dating,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything
jobs.
like that, yeah.
I mean,
All that, bro. Life.
even
Life.
trauma. When you're as an adult, it changes your perspective
Yeah.
on how you date, bro. And
Exactly.
the people that you interact with, friends even changes your perspective of how you date.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What opinions you really take into factor versus opinions you don't, bro. I mean, honestly, when it comes down to even dealing with type of people in your life, like what type of boundaries did you put in front of you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What people knowing that no is a complete sentence versus yes, being a nice guy, being a good guy, you know, or being a good lady or being not. You know what I'm saying? Doing you or not doing you. I mean, that's
Yeah.
when it comes down to what changes in your life. But character, I mean, that's what you build from. That, you know, that's what your
Ike
family
is back.
is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Ike is back. Ike has returned. The
Will
real,
the real Ike please
the
stand
real
up?
Ike, please stand up. Welcome back, brother.
Cheers.
You just in time.
Right.
So we're gonna go into the next segment. That was listen. Y'all gave a lot. That was
Oh,
a lot
man.
to take in.
Nah.
So we're gonna go into the Talk Your Ish segment. And for the Talk Your Ish segment today, we're gonna talk about hookah, right? So a lot of people smoke hookah like socially, when in certain type of environments. So we're gonna talk about hookah.
Texas.
What'd you say? Texas.
I said in Texas.
Outside of Chicago, every other place has hookah, right?
Atlanta, too.
Atlanta, Chicago, all these places, you know, Atlanta and Houston, we still trying to get to Chicago. But like we're gonna talk about hookah when it comes to like masculinity and what that looks like. And, you know, my personal opinion, I wanna hear you all's opinion as well. It's like, do what you want. Like, we're not gonna listen to other people and their opinions on hookah. A lot of people have been saying lately, like, you know, some men should not smoke hookah. You know?
That's wild.
And it's not
That's
even for
wild.
health reasons. It's just more so because of masculinity reasons. It's like men
You
should not
feminine
smoke
if you
hookah.
smoke hookah.
Exactly. So it's like, just want to hear y'all thoughts
You
on
like
it. And
that?
I'm gonna start with Ike.
I feel like, man, like for me, you know, I cater to hookahs. You know, I still cater to hookahs from this spot. You know, Brownsville Hookah.
Brownsville
Shout out to
hookah.
Brownsville.
You know,
hookah.
shout out to Brownsville.
Started
I've been doing this
early.
for a
Started
very
early.
long time.
Yeah.
Before any of these moms have been smoking hookah. Trust me. But trust me. You know, I've been setting up, fixing. Y'all know. But it's you gotta be confident in yourself, man. Don't be worried about what other people say. Honestly, like you know yourself, you don't need no validation from someone that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta think about different. You know, I can see where motherfuckers come. I'm sorry, where people coming from. But
This is
honestly,
a cussing podcast.
is it a cussing content?
Be yourself. Be yourself.
All right.
Pokey
I
Yeah.
put small.
Yeah.
All right, let me be in.
Well,
But I can see where people are coming from. But nah, man, like, do you? If you like smoking, smoke. I want to smoke, you know, but
For sure.
I'm for sure.
Yeah.
Man, what? But my thing is this. It's funny how people mask any way they could when it comes to the masculinity. Oh, you're not masculine
It's-
enough because you're smoking hookah. My boy, smoke hookah, bro.
You
You
know,
pay
it's-
for it.
It's
You
usually
pay for it.
You know what? It's usually all these labels on black men and masculinity, though. That's what it be, bro. It don't be other races. It's like when it
Other
comes to
cultures.
black men and masculinity, everybody got all these different things we should do, shouldn't do, what we should say. It's like they try to put us in this box, and because of that,
we
like.
police it so much.
And because of that, it shows in other ways where it shouldn't. Because
It shouldn't.
now we try to say we can't say this.
'Cause we
have to be
entertain
this
it.
way, and we entertain it. You know, and that starts for us as a young
Well,
age.
first of all,
right?
we're the hardest on each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there's no
I
question
believe it.
about that.
I believe
But when
it.
it comes to hookah, it's like, first of all, black people, we just started smoking hookah, what, last 15, 20 years or something? I don't know, 15
Shit,
years, give it
5,
20.
though.
Yeah, whatever it is.
7, 10,
Right,
maybe.
right. Like, we didn't start hookah. We didn't invent this.
Yeah.
But
You
we
know what I'm
enjoy
saying?
it.
Right. Like, this started what, Middle East?
Middle
Yeah.
East,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then-
Right.
then it traveled
so,
north to Morocco.
and I'm pretty sure men and women in the Middle East, right, smoke hookah.
Yeah.
So for somebody to say, a black person say, nah, if men smoke a hookah, he feminine. Like, that's your opinion, and you know, feel how you feel. But that's BS.
So
to
you
me.
feel
I don't
like
agree with
continue
that.
to do whatever you're doing,
I
right?
feel like just do you.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a certain point. It's like it gets ridiculous. You know what I mean by ridiculous is why are you caring about if I smoke hookah or not?
Exactly.
Why is that?
Exactly.
Why is that?
What
so
is it?
important for you?
What is it about that that's feminine though?
It's
And-
a
or like
that's feminine.
I don't get it because you smoke, you blowing a smoke out. Like I don't get
It's like
it.
why you putting me in that predicament?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To even think about it.
I
You
want
know
to
what
give
I'm
you
saying?
Yara's opinion too. Like when you in a club and you see a guy smoke hookah, like do you feel a way? Like I've never thought that about.
No.
Like do whatever makes you happy. Like
No,
Well, what do you think?
I've never thought someone's sexuality was associated with hookah.
It's wild.
But I don't even say I get where I don't, because I don't get where it comes from. But some of the no, I'm actually not gonna say that.
Wow.
What? Speak
Say-
your mind.
Hey, say what's on your mind.
So
We
no,
appreciate
I've never looked at a man outside and like, look at him smoking that hookah. He probably like boys. I've never done that. So that's more of the story. I think that, and I think it started from, I don't know if it was if it was Shade Room or what
Shade
it
Room?
was.
Saucy.
it don't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, it was somebody, but
yeah.
it was basically like it was like if you record it now, if men record them smoking hookah, then it's not just you smoke it, it's when you record it. It's so many.
But what if I pay
That's
for
what
it?
it is.
What if I pay for the
That's
hookah?
what it is.
And I want to enjoy the hookah
So
in
when I
public.
first
So
saw it on
most of the
social
hookah not
media,
recorded, like.
so when I saw it on social media, it wasn't about men smoking hookah. It was men that
I got something to
record
say about that.
themselves
I got something.
smoking hookah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think like black men specifically, like I think
It's
there is
hard
a
being
disconnect
them.
with the masculinity of black men. It's like everything is tested when it comes to like
Everything.
what's acceptable, what's
Everything.
not.
Everything.
So it's like,
Literally.
and I always ask Charles this. It's like Ike is your boy. Do you tell Ike you love him?
I tell him I
think
love love Charles.
Uh-huh.
My
Y'all-
man
y'all
Y'all
is
don't
a
tell
man.
each other that though.
Yeah.
I tell you, I mean, bro,
Yeah.
I have no problem telling my homie I love
You
her.
don't, no.
Now I don't.
Hold on.
I used to have a problem.
Hold
I ain't
on.
gonna lie to you. I used to be like kind of weird
I
saying
didn't
that. I'm
say.
real.
I didn't say you
Yeah.
have a problem with telling him. I didn't say that.
We
but
said,
I
do
feel
you
like,
say it? Do you say
But
it?
do you say it?
I do. I mean, when I get off my phone, my homie's like, I love you, bro. All right, peace.
All the time.
I don't believe you.
I mean, it'd be like,
Okay,
it'd
give
be
us-
like,
give us a
it'd be
number.
like-
It's
Give us a number.
I'm like, Charles. I'm like, Charles, how you doing? Like, we getting out, we
Give
grab,
us a number.
like a number.
How many times? When was the last time you told Charles that?
Last time I told Charles,
Anybody.
And don't lie.
Anybody.
It's been a
right.
while.
He's, and that's why I feel like as black men, like why are you all not as what's the word I'm looking for? Not as
Versatile.
comfortable with like expressing like your feelings towards your friendships. Like we watched the clip, right?
It's
It
deep.
was a
Y'all
clip
was
where
told
it's
not
like
to.
the black
Yes,
men,
yeah.
they actually gave like black men flowers, like during the clip when they were recording, and the black men were like,
Do y'all want
and,
flowers?
and another man like
Oh,
gave,
that's
I've
and they were like,
never wanted flowers, but
and it's not about the want of flowers, but it's more
Yeah.
so of like giving you your flowers,
Yeah.
Right.
per se. So it's like,
they was
why?
still, yeah. The video was very interesting because they
And
was
I feel-
like they didn't know how to. They was like
Exact-
thanks, like it was just
Exactly.
weird.
And I feel like
but-
females as women, like we're like, I'm gonna hug my friend, I'm gonna embrace her, I'm gonna tell her like I love you, I'm so happy for you, and all that. And guys, y'all just be like, oh, you know.
but you know what I'm starting to do?
Yes.
But you know what I'm starting to do? You know, like I used to be terrible accepting gifts, even from my girl or my homie. You know, I hated it. Like, damn, I can't accept this gift from you. But one thing I started practicing is taking my friends out to lunch, to dinner.
I love
That's
that.
You
dope.
know,
I
used
love that.
I'm practicing that right now. Like, hey, what
Let's
y'all
meet up for
doing?
lunch.
What y'all doing this week?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna take y'all. I'm gonna take 3 of my homies, or like 2 of my homegirls, and 1 of my homie, or 2 of my homies and 1 homegirl to dinner, to lunch.
I think that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's very
And,
dope.
and when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, like flowers, you know, I never accepted flowers, but you know,
Would you be weird? Like, would you feel like awkward if a woman gave you flowers?
I would, you know what?
I think
I'll be
every man
surprised.
would. I
I'll
think
be
every man
surprised.
would.
But guess what? It'll be like a healthy surprise. It's like, damn, like,
Yeah.
I never. Thank you. You know,
Yeah.
I like you need
I'm
to do
still-
it. I don't. It's
To
every
this
gift that
day,
comes my
I'm
way.
weird. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's always awkward when Tiva give me gifts. Like, I appreciate them. Like they're nice, but
When a man gets a
I don't know
gift,
why.
It's
Bro,
so
it's
cute
so-
and awkward.
It's like a
It's
little
super
kid,
awkward.
like
Yes.
I mean,
It's so
because
cute,
you know what it is?
though.
I never expect the gift. So when I get it,
and I give good gifts.
she get them all the time, but I still don't expect it. So I don't know how they.
I'll be
even
extra
explain it.
blessing. I'll be blessing like, oh, babe, that's crazy.
I think going forward,
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
When
Thank
I'm
you, boo.
good.
going forward when it comes to like relationships and friendships, no matter if it's like romanticized friendship or platonic, whatever it is, it's like, why not like, and we talked about that the last episode about mental health. And Jamie was like, you know, tell your friends you love them, celebrate them, let them know, because
let them know.
they don't know. Like some people literally don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
give them the flowers right now while you have the opportunity to. So it's like, my challenge to, you know, you two is like, give your friends the flowers.
Yeah.
Celebrate birthdays. Like, buy him a gift for his birthday. Buy him a gift for
Celebrate
his birthday.
promotions.
Celebrate
Absolutely.
Bro
everything.
got
It's
a new
like,
promotion. Like, go take him to lunch. And, you know,
exactly.
to-
So it's like, and I think girls, like, I think we do well with
Y'all do.
birthdays and celebrations, but it's like, men, specifically black men, it's like, there's
But you-
opportunity
but,
there.
But it's a very clear reason why y'all do that, right? Y'all are always taught to show emotion. Y'all never taught not
Oh,
to.
for sure.
Right? And so that's just a natural thing for you all to be loving,
But
to
like,
be
hold on, wait,
emotional.
wait,
to
hold
be,
on, wait. No, I don't think it's natural.
That's all I'm
I am not.
That's all I'm
I
like.
am not words of affirmation. I am
That's
not
all I
that
like. I didn't
person.
say anything. That's why I'm like, eh.
Really?
I
Oh,
am
okay.
not. All women are not. I don't need
Maybe
to
not all.
because I
Okay.
didn't grow up in
I
a
wouldn't
household.
generalize, but
I didn't grow up in a household that said like I love you, I'm proud of you, I care about you. So that's something that I am trying to learn.
And you
how
have to
do.
work towards that.
And yes, and some girls do it automatically. So it's not like just because we girls, we're like, yes,
right.
it's
But
not that.
But it's 100 times more normalized for you all.
Oh,
than it is for
100%.
men.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm
So make
saying.
it normal for men. Why is it not normal? then?
Right.
Because society
So-
hasn't yet. Y'all,
We-
I
we
think in
catch
y'all
up.
30s,
I-
it's
we're
like, fuck
getting
this,
there.
I
It's
love
normal
you,
for
bro.
me,
Right.
bro.
It's-
It's normal for me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause I grew up,
I
like
can
I
see that
said,
from, like,
I grew up with my dad. You know what I'm saying?
But we
Well,
talking about society.
Society,
Yeah.
like when I see society, you know,
it's a cruel
it's
world.
it's an evil world we live in. So when it comes down to, you got people that don't do it, you got people that do it. You know what I'm saying? So you got, you know what I'm saying, different word. Like for instance, for me, I grew up, well, in my good part of high school, I grew up in Skokie. So I have my dad, my mom, diverse schools.
Yeah, so stop claiming that.
You know what I'm saying? No, I went to school in 95. I went to Chicago
I
State.
know, but you used to claim
I'm a
95.
cougar.
You
I'm
know
a
you
cougar.
from Skokie.
No, I played 95.
Thank you.
Since I was 18 till I'm, 35? So we're going to say this.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
That's crazy. But
So sorry.
but we're gonna
That's crazy.
But we're gonna say this. It's like with you know, I always got that praise. You know, my dad used to come to my games. You know, my mom used to come to my game. My mom and my dad and my whole family went to my senior game. So I always got the affirmation, even when we were poor. See, I came from a family of immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a different story.
You know,
too.
I came from a, so we came in a house.
Everything was just like,
We depended on each other.
Yeah.
You know, we
But
depended on each other.
I think people need to also have grace for people. I think when that's your love language, I think a lot of people don't have grace for people's love language that is not that.
Okay, how
That's
we
all
get
you
grace?
that's all you ever known, right?
Yeah.
So that is what you see. So you don't understand why this girl I can't say that. You don't understand why this girl is not telling you how good you're doing at work, how good you're doing in the house, because that's all you've ever had. But you don't take
she
grace
might not
for
have had that.
she's
Yeah.
and
that's not the
so
way she
you're
communicates.
and instead of inquiring about, oh well, damn, maybe you grew up different, maybe and her love language is probably acts of service,
Yeah.
or quality times, and you like, damn, I told her she looked good, what's her problem?
No. I understand what you're saying. But with me, we grew up, we're not too much different. You
Who's
know?
not too much? Okay.
I mean, as we grew up, especially in the same community. I might be Nigerian, you might be black, but the same thing, we grew up in the same city.
But we're not
You know what I'm
comparing.
saying?
Everybody's household is different. There's
The households are
nothing to
different.
do with the city.
The households is different. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
But
so
guess-
I think so. We
Yes,
can go.
yes,
we
yes.
can go on
Yes.
and on, right? But what we're gonna do is wrap things up because this conversation has been amazing. It's been a lot of great insight on dating and relationships, on different perspectives on life.
Craziness.
A lot of Rico Suave and our news commentator here.
I love that.
It's been such a dope convo. So let's go. Major shout out to Ike and Kiara for being here and just being transparent and honest about the experiences. We appreciate you all.
Thank you for
Definitely,
having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Ike, we've been knowing Ike forever. Kiara, college roommate, met her freshman year, my boo. So we're very happy that y'all were here to add your insight. Yeah, so
It's been a wild time.
It's been a ride, okay? If you only knew, it's been a crazy.
But wait, y'all started by saying we in for a show.
Yes. Oh, it's been a show of shows.
On and off camera.
It's been a show of shows,
You
right?
can only see. So we definitely appreciate them. So make sure you all continue to like, continue to subscribe, share all of the posts. We definitely appreciate all of the feedback as well as the support. Continue to keep that coming, y'all.
We're going to keep the episodes coming, y'all, every week, every Thursday. We just trying to stay consistent. We got some more dope guests coming, some more surprises on the way. Continue to follow the Alexanders_approach on Instagram, the Alexanders Approach on Facebook, YouTube, the Alexanders Approach. Subscribe, trying to get our subscribers up. So every time we drop a video, y'all can see what we're talking about. And
Yes.
join the conversation. Let's build a community. Let's just build together. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. And yeah.
The more we share, the more we have, man. Shout out.
All day.
Absolutely.
On that note, thank you all.
And we out. Peace.